Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and today I'm gonna go over what I travel with when I go do travel photography. But first, coffee. We're staying in like a little condo, and it's got these little tiny coffee cups. They hold about a third of what I normally put in a cup of coffee. But I thought, it's pretty brisk mornings, nice weather. I thought I'd go ahead and kind of share with you guys what I pack and travel with if I'm going to go somewhere like here. This is Sedona, Arizona for a few days, and I want to get like photos of us for memories, landscape photos, like detail shots of like wildlife, flora and fauna, things like that. Maybe the happen chance wildlife photo. I even brought stuff to do the Milky Way, because out here it's dark enough you can actually get the Milky Way. So with that, let's get into this camera bag and I'll show you what I brought. First things first, I use a think tank photo. I think this is called the Streetwalker 2 version 2.0. I like this backpack because it's a rugged design. It's very comfortable. It does an excellent job at protecting my camera gear. Only hiccup I don't like is you access the cameras from this side. I like the kind that lay face down and you open the back, because if you'll see, there's dirt already on it here in these corners where I had to lay it down in the desert sand last night to get out my 20mm. That's the only thing about this pack I don't like. Okay, so first of all, in this front pocket is just like a few memory cards and stuff, and pens. But we open up the main pocket, and this is what I pack to bring with me. Of course, a little cheap rocket air. It works. Okay, in here you have, this is my off-camera microphone stuff. Then in here we have the Leica CL with a 50mm Summicron. That's for, you know, general street photos, family photos, things like that. All right, I'm just gonna stick it back in there. This is the 200mm f4 AI. It works really well. It's a manual lens, but it gives me 200mm, and this 24MP CL crop sensor kind of gives me a 300 basically, because on that one 24MP is full frame, so it's 200. So here I get basically 300 mils out of the same lens, and I used it and it worked. Here we have the F to Z adapter with the 20mm, and I'll just tell you the truth, I shouldn't have brought the F to Z. Yeah, it's I'll get to it in a minute, but it interferes with my Arca Swiss L bracket, and I can't install it on the camera real easy. I have to take the L bracket off to use it, and I really don't need it. It gives me aperture control, but I could just manually set the aperture faster, so I just did that last night. All right, here's an adapter that converts Nikkor lenses to my Leica camera. That's what that one's for. That allows me to put that 200mm on the CL, which is what I did yesterday. In here, yes, I still use these old socks, is my Z6 to F mount, and I've got my 50mm f1.4. I like to use this lens on that Z6 for street photos at night. Z6 works real good in low light, plus this is 1.4 max aperture. This is the AI, it's not the AIS, but it works really well. And I can mount my F mount lenses on the Z6 with this adapter. Okay, I went ahead and put all that stuff up. All right, this goes back in here. It all fits neatly. Okay, this is just a bunch of batteries. There are GoPro batteries in here, but I forgot my GoPro in the truck at the airport in Nashville. So I don't have it, but I have the batteries. But I keep all my batteries in a Ziploc bag so they don't wander around. Okay, and then there's the Leica charger, the GoPro charger, which I don't need, and the Z6 charger is inside currently charging a battery. And then this is Leica lens to Z mount. These things are cheap, they don't take up much space, and they give you lots of choices. That's the reason I like having these multiple adapters. But that's all that's in this pocket. Okay, and then I have these two adapter rings. Will adapt my, this fits my 20mm and goes to these filter sizes. It's 77mm. And then this one fits my Z6 24-70, allowing me to mount these 77 millimeters. And I have a 5-stop ND, and then I have a circular polarizer. And that allows me to do just about anything I want. You know, that's, you know, with the CPL, that gives you about 6 stops of ND pretty much. It works really well for that. Then I've got a memory card wallet, a cable, a power pack, you know, for the stuff, and some headache medicines, and the lens cloth. And that's really it. This is just ancillary stuff up here. This is like little foam, the little wind muffs for my mic, some cables, a sensor swab if I wanted to wipe dust off. And that's really it. I don't really travel with a lot of stuff anymore. I've pared it down. If you'll notice, there's only one autofocus lens in the whole bag. You know, there's the Z6 24-70 kit. But I've got it on an L bracket. And I'm using a Manfrotto Be-Free tripod. Y'all seen it, I've got a review. But I've been using this to do my vlogging with here over the past few days. And I'm getting kind of handy with it. It actually seems to be working pretty good, other than the wind noise on the mic. I'm trying to sort that problem out. I've used this some to help with that, and it works. It's just a little bit extra work. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you what I travel with. It's not a real fancy kit. There's not a lot of real high-end gear in it. Some of it's expensive, yeah, but not all of it. And I get photos I enjoy. I've got some pretty epic ones of this mountain range right here this morning with the early light. I thought I was going to get the sunrise lighting up the bottom of the clouds, but there was a cloud over that way that prevented that from happening. But I still got some beautiful, like the lights coming under the clouds and partially lighting some of the mountain. Pictures to come. I can't get into the camera. It's a function of the problem I'm having with failing to bring a card reader, and my Mac is too old to read the camera direct. Long story short, if you're carrying a bunch of gear on your trips and you're not using it, think that through. Do you really need it? I could have left the 50 f1.4 at home. I have yet to mount it on a camera. So that's one lens too many. I have used everything else in the bag so far. I got to credit myself there. But I'm kind of redundant on the 50s. I got the 50 millimeter Summicron, which is a 50 f2. I've got it on the Leica. And I brought the 50 f1.4 basically for like, I was thinking I was going to go into downtown Sedona and do like light trails, but it just hasn't happened. We're so exhausted by dark that we just go to sleep. This is David, the Georgia photographer, and what's in your kit? Do you have a specific kit you travel with that you like to shoot with? If so, leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. But if you like my channel, a thumbs up on this video would be great, and subscribe. It's right down there. Yeah, it's down there. It's a big button. It's easy to hit. It's not hard to do. I mean, just real easy to click with your mouse, man. It's just like click, and off you go. So tell your friends. Have your friends come over and subscribe. That'd be awesome. Until next time, get your camera out, no matter what kind it is, and go take a picture with it. All right, bye-bye.